right now, we go back to Brunswick, Georgia, where we hear from our correspondent, Dre Clark. He has been, again, following this trial from the very beginning. Dre, what's the latest?
Well, Tashani, right now behind me, members of the Transformative Justice Coalition and Reverend Jesse Jackson, they're holding a news conference responding to what you just showed a moment ago with Kevin Goff once again targeting a black pastor. In this case, we're talking about the Reverend Jesse Jackson, a legendary civil rights leader. His presence in the court, no doubt, was something that Kevin Goff noticed right away. And the first chance he got, he told the judge that he requested that Reverend Jackson be removed from the courtroom because, again, he noted that Reverend Jackson's presence in the courtroom is somehow intimidating to jurors. He made this argument, and Judge Walmsley said, no, it's not going to happen. I've made my position clear. Even the judge saying he's not exactly sure what this is all about and why Kevin Goff continues to press this issue when the judge has already made it clear that he has no intentions on removing anyone from the courtroom, whether they are there for the McMichaels family or Ahmaud Arbery's family. He has no intentions on asking them to leave the courtroom as long as they remain orderly and is not in any way interrupting the trial. That hasn't happened at all. It didn't happen last week when Reverend Al Sharpton was here, and it did not happen this morning when Reverend Jesse Jackson was in the courtroom. But then Goff did something else. He said to the judge, I want to note that Reverend Jackson's mask is hanging off his face. Now, a lot of people at this point were thinking this is just petty, that Goff is really looking for any reason to bring attention to his cause. And at one point, it's worth mentioning that Judge Walmsley, in reference to last week, said he thought that some of what Kevin Goff said at that point in time was, quote, reprehensible. His reference to Colonel Sanders, he said, for example, was reprehensible. So the judge is clearly frustrated with how Kevin Goff is conducting himself in the courtroom, clearly annoyed with what some would call these frivolous motions in trying to ban people from the courtroom. Then Kevin Goff called for a mistrial. And the other defense attorneys were inclined to join him because they all maintain that it's almost like the atmosphere in the courtroom is tainted. And it's almost impossible for their clients to experience a fair and impartial trial. The judge again said, no, he's not declaring a mistrial, and they're now moving forward. But it's been quite a morning so far. We knew this morning when Reverend Jackson walked into the courtroom, there was a possibility there could be some drama behind that, and that's exactly what happened. Kevin Goff taking the first opportunity to point out Reverend Jackson's presence in the courtroom and then asking him to be removed. Tashani?
And Dre, shortly before that display between the defense and the judge, that back and forth, the judge also had asked the jury to excuse themselves from that courtroom, citing someone in the back started to slightly weep. What do we know about that? Can you tell us more?
Yeah, one of the people who were called, one of the witnesses called this morning was a neighbor, a woman who lived next door
Miss
to Ahmaud
Flowers,
Arbery.
I believe her name was.
Miss Flowers, that's her name, Miss Flowers. She was shown a picture of Ahmaud Arbery from some time ago. You could see that Miss Flowers was emotional, and then there was a sound or a sigh, if you will, from the back of the courtroom, whom we believe was Wanda Cooper Jones. At that point in time, the judge called for a recess to kind of maintain order, and that is when the defense attorneys raised a concern about the emotion inside the courtroom and how that outburst, that sigh coming from the back of the courtroom caught some of the jurors' attention, and they could see members of the jury looking over at Wanda Cooper Jones and then looking back over at the defense table. They maintain that that is another example of the jury perhaps being negatively influenced by someone or something that's happening in the courtroom. And because of that, they move for a mistrial. Again, the judge denying that request.
Dre, thank you so much. We look forward to checking back in with you about this trial.